Hello class 11. Today we will start with the plant kingdom and we will discuss about algae and the bryophytes. This first slide is the plant kingdom, in which the classification of plant kingdom is in cryptogamy and the phanerogamy. What are these? Cryptogamy are without plants without seeds, and phanerogamy are plants with seeds. So plant without seeds include that is Thallophyta, Bryophyta, and Pteridophyta. Thallophyta, that includes algae. Phanerogamy are the plants with seeds, that includes gymnosperms and angiosperms. This is also a sub-classification over here, the kingdom Plantae, where it is divided into cryptogamy and phanerogamy. Cryptogamy is divided into Thallophyta, Bryophyta, and Pteridophyta. Phanerogamy is divided into gymnosperms and angiosperm. Now in plant kingdom, very important thing that is to be studied. Another figure is also the same, the different representation only, where the diploid and the haploid body is beautifully given as the sporophyte and the gametophyte. You can see over here the sporophyte, that is a diploid body. Over here the sporangium, which is going to bear the spores. After meiosis, the spores will be formed. So sporophyte is a diploid body giving rise to spores, and the gametophyte body will give rise to gametes. These gametes is going to fuse by the process of fertilization and will form zygote which is diploid in nature. Kingdom Plantae over here, if you just we start with Thallophyta, which includes algae. Algae, which are the great source of photosynthesis, which are the producers. So, body is relatively simple, unicellular or can be multicellular thallus body, which is not differentiated into root, stems, and leaves. It is called Thallophyta only because of the thallus-like body structure, means a flattened body structure which performs the function of photosynthesis. Cells are covered by rigid cellulose cell wall. Presence of holdfast type is there. Lamina, holdfast is for attachment type, forms the axis, and lamina serve as a leaf-like photosynthetic part which is present over here. These are the example of the algae, the thallus-like body, that is Hydrogonium, Polychaeta, Alba is there, Sargassum and Fucus are the examples of the algae. The division of algae and the main characteristic feature of the chlorophyceae, phycophyceae and rhodophyceae. Chlorophyceae are the green algae, phycophyceae the brown algae, and rhodophyceae is the red algae. Now what are the major pigments? That is chlorophyll A and B, chlorophyll A and C, and chlorophyll A and D. Fucoxanthin, that is the yellow pigment, and phycoerythrin is the red pigment. The stored food material of the green algae is starch, of the brown algae is mannitol and laminarin, and rhodophyceae is fluoridin starch. It is of great economic importance. You will get to know when you will study about the economic importance. As the cell wall composition of the chlorophyceae is also cellulose, of the phycophyceae cellulose and elgin, and of the rhodophyceae, cellulose, pectin, and polysulfate esters are there, which is also of the same. Flagellar number and position go through that, and habitat, it keeps on towards the brackish and the salty water. Economic importance of algae. At least half of the total carbon dioxide fixation on the earth is carried out by algae through photosynthesis. So they are the primary producers which plays an important role in the ecosystem. Major component in the aquatic food chain as the primary producers. Porphyra, laminaria, sargassum are used as a food that are edible algae. If I ask you, so edge in the brown algae, carriage in the red algae are used as hydrocolloids, which are in the fiber structure, holds water, and used in the transport of the seedling as they store water inside them, and also in the spaceship for the astronauts. Agar, which is a commercial product, Gelidium gracilaria, is used to grow microbes and they are used in the ice creams and the jellies. Chlorella and spirulina are rich in proteins and are used as a food supplement. That you must be knowing nowadays. Spirulina is very famous for the proteinaceous nature. Beneficial economic importance of algae and a flow chart it is given out here. You can go through it. It will be helpful to you all. Kingdom Plantae over here, if you just see, then this is divided into algae, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Gymnosperms, and Angiosperm. So we have discussed about that algae, Bryophyta, and Pteridophyta belongs to that is the without seeds, and gymnosperm and angiosperms are with seeds. Okay. Now algae is further divided into chlorophyceae, phycophyceae, and rhodophyceae. Chlorophyceae is the green algae, phycophyceae is the brown algae, and rhodophyceae is the red algae. Biophytes, which are divided on the basis of the thallus and the foliose body into liverworts and mosses. Examples are Markensia and Sphagnum. Pteridophyta is divided into Xylophyta, Lycophyta, Sphenophyta, and Pteridophyta. Over here, this is not in your syllabus right now. Gymnosperms, there the body, there it is classified into cycadales, conifers, gingivials, and genitals. Over here, the main you have to study about the cycas and the pinus. Next, angiosperm, which is divided into dicot and monocot on the basis of cotyledon, as two will be present, so it is dicot, one will be present, so it will be monocot. As it is increasing. Now we see the two types of body. Now over here you can see the sporophyte body, which consists of the food seta and the capsule, and the gametophyte body, which is including the rhizoids over here, that is there. Now this is Markensia, the thallus-like body. In interesting figure, you can see the gamma cups. The gamma cups, which is going to give rise to the asexual reproduction to a plant body. Antheridium and Archegoniophore are on the different, so we will say them as they are dioecious, means on the different plant body. Ecological use of the bryophytes. Bryophytes are the among the oldest land plants. They are the amphibians of the plant kingdom, as they can survive on the land and on water, but they need water for fertilization. They are very important as a soil binder and plays an important role in ecology. Protection from the soil erosion, bryophytes, especially mosses, form the dense mats over the soil, and they also prevent the soil erosion by running water. Moss is an important thing in plant succession on the rocky areas. They take part in the binding soil in the rock, and also the lichens, which are the symbiotic association of the algae and the fungi. Thank you, class. Go through the slides very carefully. In the next lecture, we will be starting with the pteridophyta.